Hey, how the devil are you? Okay, so it's that time of year when parents around the world all gather together and trying to put their kids' Christmas presents together or struggle to put them together, ready for Christmas Day. So I've got here a child's bike and I'm going to put it together today, and I'm going to make the mistake so you don't have to. Hopefully I won't make any. Now, the first thing I've noticed is that I can't see any instructions. Oh, so that's the first thing. I'm hoping when I take this, all the packaging off, that there's going to be instructions there. The woman in the store also said it comes with some tools. I haven't found them yet. In saying that, most of the tools provided with these things are rubbish. It's like the ones you get with IKEA. I think they're made out of tin foil, these Allen keys and spanners they put in there. You just go like that and they totally round off. So I've got my own toolkit here, just a socket set with some spanners and things like that. So hopefully I should be okay. Now, they did offer to put it together in the shop for us, but obviously you'd have to pay for that. And I assured my wife that there's no need to do that. I'll be able to do it fine. What have I gotten myself into? So hopefully I won't have any problems. I'm not that bad at DIY. I'm pretty good, so I should be able to figure it out. I've taken all the packaging off. Now, I didn't go through taking the packaging off because if you can't take the packaging off by yourself, then I really wouldn't attempt to put the bike together. Okay, anyway, you've got to make sure that you put this bike together safely, because the last thing you want is your little one riding along on their bike on Christmas Day, la 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 la, look at me, daddy, and the handlebars come off in their hands, and you end up a trip to accident and emergency on Christmas Day. No. Okay, so I've just wedged the bike in here, just here with the wheel, so it doesn't fall over, to make it a little bit easier for me to work on the top of the bike. So I'm going to start off with the handlebars and the seat, and the reason I'm doing the handlebars and the seat first is because I can then flip it over and rest it upside down to put the wheel on and the pedals on. So with the seat, it just goes in here. Take this thing out, and you've got these in to adjust the tightness of this to make sure the seat stays in position, and you just pop the seat in like that, pretty easy. Now the only problem is you need to tighten these two bolts, one either side, one here and one this side here. Okay, so you're going to need a spanner to hold this and to hold the other side while you tighten it up, otherwise it'll just spin around. This side here has a locking nut so it doesn't come undone. I've just positioned the seat so this is in line with the frame. Okay, you don't want it having it all this way and this way. Just make sure it's in line with the frame before you tighten it, and then all you do then is tighten both sides. So I've got an adjustable spanner here to hold this in position. Okay, and I'm using a 13mm socket. Okay, and that's in there nice and solid. Next I'm going to do the handlebars, so you just pop that off, lob that, okay. Now this needs to come off as well, lob that. And then you've got this thing which looks a little bit like, what the hell is that? Okay, so you've got, see this little knob on the top? Take that cover off there. And in there, I don't know if you can see it, see if I can show you. Okay, if I maybe focus that in. So in there, it's a little Allen key. Just need to loosen that off a bit to put it in the handlebars, okay? Just going to loosen that off. Okay, that's loosened off. Now, when you're doing this, so I'm going to slide that in there, okay? I'll pop that down to the level indicator there, okay? Let's get that down. There you go. That's in there now. Make sure the handlebars are in line, and make sure that these brake lines, okay, the brake leads, are not all tangled up. Make sure you've got the handlebars in the correct position. Now, if you're not sure, just look at the pictures. Okay, so it doesn't come with instructions, it doesn't come with tools. So what I did, I went online, found the bike, looked at a picture of it to see where these need to go, because initially I had this the wrong way around. So you want to make sure your forks are in line and your handlebars are in line with the forks, otherwise it'll be weird steering, and you just tighten that up. Okay, and just pop this little thing back on. so it hides that hole. And there you go. So now I'm going to flip the bike over, put the wheel on, put the pedals on. So I'm just going to take this cover off here, that can go. Okay, take this cover off, need that come off there, and take that off there. Boom, okay. So it's no specific way for this wheel to go on. So you've got these nuts here, which I'm going to undo now, and the washer goes on the outside. Now, again, it doesn't give you instructions for this, but the reason I know the washer's going on the outside is because I looked at the back wheel, and the back wheel is already on and has the washers on the outside. So you need to take these off. Pop the bike wheel in here like this. Now you're gonna have to manage it past the brakes, okay? Okay, so just got it past the brakes, make sure it's spinning freely. All I need to do is just tighten these bolts up here. Pop the washer on, pop the nut on. And these bolts are 15mm. Now what's happening here is the brake is actually rubbing a little bit. So what I'll have to do is at a later date, I'll have to just take these off a little bit and just adjust them so there's not rubbing against the wheel. They're slightly a bit too low on the tyre. So all I need to do is adjust the brake up and down. It's a little Allen key here. Just loosen that off. Just loosen it off a little bit. And then you can just move the brake up and down then. So it's not going to catch the wheel so much, and you hold it in a position just there and then tighten it back up. Just make sure it doesn't move out the way. There, and the wheel's now moving much more freely. I just had to move the brakes up a little bit on both sides. Okay, the next thing we're going to put on is the pedals. Now it's got right and left written on them. Now remember, the bike's upside down, so this is the right and that's the left. Remember, I've put the bike upside down. Now what you'll find is the right thread will thread differently to the left thread, the opposite way. So the right thread threads clockwise. And then just get your spanner just to pinch it up at the end. Okay, and what you'll find with the left side, it'll thread the opposite way. So I'm turning the bike the other way round. And as you can see, this goes counterclockwise, where the other one went clockwise. And again, just pinch it up there. Okay, and there's your pedals. What I want to check now is to make sure the brakes are working okay, because again, the last thing you want is your kid going on a hill and the brakes don't work. So I'm just going to spin the wheel and press the brake. Try the front brake first. Cool, that's good. Now we're going to try the back wheel now. Brilliant. Okay, so the brakes work fine. Make sure before Christmas Day you've got the wheels pumped up to the right pressure. Again, you don't want to be your kid riding on the bike and the wheels that are pushing in so bad because there's no air pressure in them. So how do you know what the air pressure is? It tells you on the wheel. So on the wheel, it'll say here 36 psi. Okay, maximum weight 50 kilograms. So don't go riding on your kid's bike. Next thing, going to be putting on the mudguard. Now, if you're not sure which way it goes, again, look at the picture of the bike. I wasn't sure. I looked at the picture of the bike. Okay, online, and it shows that the short end goes this way. So you've got the short end here. Now, the little screw here, which I've taken out already, you may have to push the brake down so you can get the screw in. It threads through here to the other side. And there's a nut and washer on the back. And it's a locking nut again, so it doesn't come loose. and you just tighten that up. The last thing I want to do is just pop the basket on. It comes with these little things here. You just thread them through the basket. Make sure you got them even on both sides. That goes on there like that. Make sure you got it even, and you just pop it through the holes and it'll lock itself. And you just push them round out the way, and there you go. There's your basket on the front there. So that's it, all done. Yay! All together, ready for Christmas Day. I've just got to find somewhere to hide it now. I'm hoping it'll fit up in the attic. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you liked the video and you like the stuff, my content, please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to give this video a like if you liked the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Merry Christmas.